Hi everyone, it's Nisha. So it has been exactly 2 months since I had my lower and upper blepharoplasty, my eyelid surgery, and I thought it was a good time to have an update, also because I've just seen my surgeon for a checkup and he clarified a few things for me. So was it worth it? Definitely. Am I happy? 95%? 97. And did it meet my expectations? Not exactly. So I am not going to be talking about the surgery, the whole process, because I've done 2 videos on it. I will link it somewhere here underneath this video. So watch that. I've done the first week from the day of my surgery till the day 7, and then I did another video, my recovery, my 2nd week recovery. So if you want to know more what I looked like, go and watch those videos. That's for those of you who are new here. Let me talk first about the positives. The first thing is something that you can't see, you can't feel, only I can feel it. I couldn't believe how heavy my eyelids must have felt because I can't feel this constant pressure. You know, I used to always talk like this, constantly having my eyebrows. I still do it, it's just the way I am. But I don't feel I lift my eyebrows as high and as much as I did before. And that obviously means I didn't realize it at that time that I must have had such pressure, heaviness of my lids, of my eyelashes, that I felt this need to constantly lift my eyebrows really high. And now I don't. I feel like my eyes are wide open. So just have a look. I've put like a side by side of me. On the left, as you're looking, it's me the day before surgery, and next to it is probably 2 weeks ago I filmed that. So you can see the difference. You can see how my eyes were also really downturned, so I had this pressure especially on my outer portion of my eye. So this makes me feel so happy. I can feel the difference. Although because I was so used to having this heaviness, I didn't realize how bad it was. So I'm so happy about that. Another thing is I feel like my eyes look bigger, more open, and I suppose because before my eyes were like this, so of course they didn't look as round and as big. Then my lower eyelids, I am so happy with that. So look at this quick video. I filmed it long time ago before my operation, holding my head down to show you how loose my skin was. And remember, I used to show you if I moved the skin with something, it would just stay there. Well, that is not the case anymore. My skin is so much tighter now underneath my eyes. It didn't get rid of like wrinkles, but I feel like it got rid of a bit of the crepiness, because obviously when you've got really loose skin, the crepiness shows more. For those of you who are new here, I get problem with festoons. I hold water here, and this is because I think that's what it is. About 5 years ago, I had under eye filler, and a few years after that, the filler started attracting water, and sometimes for a week I will have these swollen big festoons under my eye. And of course that can be fixed with a surgery. I could have the leftover fillers dissolved, but I don't want to risk it because I've heard that the substance that dissolves filler can sometimes dissolve your own fat, and I don't have much fat under my eyes my fat pads are like non-existent, so I didn't want to create bigger hollows under my eyes. So I just have to live with them. You know, I do lymphatic massages for it, or I use ice rollers. I just deal with it when I have to. Okay, so now let me tell you what I'm not so happy about and what my surgeon said about it, because I obviously put all this to him when I went and saw him. First of all, my expectation was to come out of there with huge eyelids. So I've got here a picture that I just got from Google Images. I will insert it. I thought that that's how my eyelids would look. And in my head, I was thinking this is all for me being able to apply makeup nicely. That was my, my first thought. If I had lids like this, it would be so much easier to apply makeup. But of course, I never even had eyelids like this when I was a child or throughout my teenage years. I have a picture I will show you in a minute. So I thought that my eyelids would look like this. Hang on, I don't want to make it look ridiculous. You can't even do it because I don't have big eyelid, but something like this. But of course, that wouldn't even look like me. And my surgeon is more on a conservative side. He said, I don't want to make you look like those weirdos from Hollywood. You need to still look like yourself, just a bit better. So yes, I don't know why I expected eyelids like this when I've never had them, and my eyes always been slightly downturned. So, but that's what I had in my head. So I'm at peace with that. Second thing is they are not even, and the problem with it is twofold. So you can see more of this eyelid than this one. Although sometimes after I've moved my eyes a few times, they look quite the same. And I suppose you have to remember that our eyes are part of our face, and other facial muscles and the forehead and how we talk and the expressions we make, they are not just separate things that sit on your face. So right, so he definitely, I don't know if you can see, can I zoom in a bit more? You can't see my scars, so I think actually I have a quick footage here I did this morning without makeup, so you can see that the scars are invisible now. But what you can see, like this is not a scar, this is a fold. So on this eye, he cut here a bit higher than on this one. So I get a bit more folding over here than here. Can you see? When I look down, you can see this fold more than this one. So he definitely cut one eye higher than the other. I suspect it's very difficult to do it to a millimeter, especially when you are asleep and your eyes are closed. So, but when I look at it, it's basically just millimeter to be cut a bit higher. Just so it's like this. And I could have it fixed, but do I want to? Do I want to go through it again just to have, it's basically just this bit here, tiny millimeter. I also have hoods in my inner eye, which I always have. And he said to me, that's just your eye physiology. Everybody is different. He said, you can't cut really close to here because you can get webbing. It's called something webbing. What I did then when I came home, I looked for this on YouTube and I found a plastic surgeon that did a video, and he left this diagram to show where you can cut from. You can't cut right from the corner because you're risking of getting that webbing. It's actually quite interesting video, and this plastic surgeon was saying how it is better to take less skin away than too much, and then you can't do nothing about it. If it's less, you can always go back and have a bit more taken off, but other way around, it wouldn't work. So yes, this is the biggest thing that annoys me, and because I know about it, and a lot, well, not a lot, few of you pointed that out to me as well in comments, then it made me even more paranoid. So I've been sitting and comparing it to the millimeter, and I thought if I could get the tiniest measuring tape, I would measure them. But sometimes when I move my eyes around and I look again, they look even. So it's also the movement of my eyebrows. Also, notice that this eye, this muscle here is much stronger, and this eyebrow, the front of my eyebrow, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see how this eyebrow here, the beginning of my eyebrow, is lower than this one? And you see, look, when I frown, how much stronger and pulling more down is this brow. It sort of goes higher here, but pulls more inwards. So when I frown, can you see how much stronger this side is? So look, when I pull this brow a bit higher, where my other brow is, this gets a bit bigger. So it's also my brows. So yes, I don't like these hoods in my inner corner. I really didn't want those, but as he explained to me, he couldn't do it. That's just my eye physiology, and you will see in a minute on a picture from when I was 18 that I had very small lids then. They were not sitting on my eyebrows, on my eyelashes, but they were very small. I never had big eyelids, and I always had these hoods going from here to here. So yes, I'm not happy about these, but there is nothing I can do. Yes, I could go and ask him to cut it all out, but then what if I get this webbing? Or what if there is too much skin taken off and I can't close my eye properly? So you just have to really manage your expectations. Just because you've seen someone else's eyes, even after they've had the surgery, doesn't mean you are going to have the same result, because like I said, everybody's eyes are different. There is probably no two the same eyes in the world. So yes, so that's what I don't like. Can you see how much bigger this one is? He's just definitely cut like from here to here, he cut more. But if you look, it's just like a millimeter. It's just a tiny, tiny skin fold. I could go and have it done. Maybe I will. That wouldn't be under general anesthetic. It would be probably very quick. But I don't know if I want to go through it again. I am right now really fixated on it because, you know, I've just had it done, and I sit and compare my eyes. And my eyes before that were not the same either, but I was not agonizing about it. I was just agonizing about these hoods. So what I thought I might do, he even suggested that I might have Botox here, because I haven't had Botox for 2 years or even longer. I might have Botox here so I can pull that down, and maybe a bit here in my crow's feet. You know, I obviously still have crow's feet. You can't get rid of those while you're having eyelid surgery. That's just a facelift, my darlings, and I'm not having one of those. So yes, so I might try, that's what I might do first. I might try to have Botox here and see if that helps, if that lifts. You see how that lifts my lid a bit? And if that doesn't work and it still bothers me a year later, I might have it fixed. I don't know. Or maybe by then I will stop worrying about it. So yes, so these were two things that that didn't meet my expectations. One was that I wanted these huge lids, and two, that they are slightly uneven. But I suppose most people's eyes are uneven. So have a look now I couldn't find a picture of me when I was really young. There was quite close up. So this picture is quite bad quality. It's from my ID when I was 18. And I had to like zoom in on it a bit. It's quite bad quality, you know. We didn't have digital cameras those days. But yeah, have a look. So I will show you a picture of me. I have makeup there, a bit of makeup, but you can definitely see that my eyelids are the size of this one, basically. And then I put side by side that picture of me when I'm 18 and what I look now after the surgery. Yeah, so as you can see, I never ever had big eyelids, so I don't know why I expected to have them now. He just made me look more like I looked when I was younger, that's all, but I don't look different. Oh yes, you probably want to know if there is a difference in applying makeup now. Not really. Like I said, my eyes are still hooded, just the hoods are not as bad. I'm only putting the Laura Geller Baked Body Frosting on my eyelids in Tahitian Glow. So what's easier is obviously the outer portion of my eye because I don't have it hanging as much down. So it's definitely easier to apply makeup here. The front here, the inner corners of my eye, don't feel any different to apply makeup on, really. Winged eyeliner, you've seen me since with some winged eyeliner. Still, it is not, it's easier to do, but it's not easy. Because let me zoom you in again. As you can see, even though you can see a bit of my lid here, I still have this hood here. That's just the way I was made. Can you see? So I can, when I lift my eyebrows, I can do the winged liner and it doesn't disappear under those folds like it did, but it's not as easy as just going like this. If I really want to do winged liner, I can, but it is not as easy as I thought it would be because I had those expectations of these huge eyelids. Applying mascara, yeah, it is slightly easier because even before I could just really stretch my eyebrows and do it, but I feel like my eyelashes look much longer. And I haven't been using eyelash growth serum for ages because I didn't want to use it, you know, since I've had my operation. So I don't know if this is to do with that my eyelids are a bit higher, or is it the red light therapy with that Maysama serum that I've been using, you know, the spray one, because you spray it all over the place. So I am not sure if my eyelashes have grown because of the red light therapy and the serum, or is it because my eyelids don't sit on my eyelashes. Right, there is another thing. You can't see these incisions either, but this on this side, this scar here is a bit bumpy. So when I do my lower eyeshadow, it sometimes skips here. So I don't know if this scar probably will flatten with time. Like here, I've got a tiny notch, whatever, I don't know what you would call it. It's not that visible, but I suppose it takes a long time for it to all go back to normal. Okay, another thing. Do you know when I used to say, oh, I can't wait for this operation because it will be so much easier for me to do eye makeup, blah blah. Well, I've realized that I still love eyeshadow. Don't get me wrong. Don't think that I don't like playing with eyeshadow anymore. But I obviously almost felt compelled to do it every day, proper eyeshadow look, because I was trying to hide the hoods to correct the shape of my eye. And now I feel quite fine with not wearing eye makeup at all, or just doing this with a bronzer. And I feel, I didn't have to correct anything. I just slap something on and I'm fine. So this was a bit funny that like half of the reason I was doing it was for my eyeshadow application, but now I'm not that bothered to apply eyeshadow every day, and I'm talking about, I still do it, but the way that I used to always teach you for hooded eyes to hide it, so I don't feel the need. But to be honest, because people were saying, oh, no more hooded eyes tutorials, I still have hooded eyes, I still have hoods, they are just not as bad. Oh, and the last thing, the dry eyes. So if you've been with me through this journey, you would know that after the surgery, I got dry eyes. I could not produce any tears. You know when you yawn and your eyes water, mine didn't, and in the mornings I would wake up with really dry eyes that almost felt gritty. I was using just first I was using ointment that they've given me in hospital, and then I just bought eye drops for dry eyes, just from a drugstore. They are getting better, and I forgot to ask him about it. So when I see him again, I will. I presume that when they do the lower eyelids, they cut obviously through little nerves, because my lower eyelids are still a bit numb. These are not numb. And the eyelashes, I can feel them a bit more now. These are fine now. At first I couldn't feel the top ones either. These couldn't feel at all for ages, and I'm just getting back the feeling. And I've noticed lately that my eyes are watering a bit now. So when I yawn, I get the tears, or if it's windy, my eyes water. I don't know if it is because I'm getting back the feeling and the nerves are growing back, or I've started taking a new supplement. It's a skin supplement with collagen, hyaluronic acid, and astaxanthin. And if you research astaxanthin, it helps with dry eye. You can even buy separate astaxanthin supplement. The best one to buy is one that is in oil, because they're oil soluble supplement, so take it with food or something fatty, or you can buy that supplement that already has oil in it. So I don't know if that has helped, because I've been taking this supplement for about 3 weeks now. I bought it for my skin, but then when I was researching it, I found out that astaxanthin is for dry eyes. So I will leave you the link to the supplement that I'm taking. I bought it through Liz L. I was watching her video and she recommended it. It's what she takes. And I will also leave you, I found on Amazon, astaxanthin supplement that is in oil capsules. So I don't know if it's that my eyes are recovering, or the supplement helped as well. I should have really, before I made this video, asked you a couple of weeks ago to leave any questions that you have for me regarding the surgery, but I think I've covered everything. like I said, watch the other two videos if you haven't seen them, the recovery. I thought it was a piece of cake, although I looked horrendous. If you looked at me, you would think that I was in enormous pain, but that wasn't the case. The bruising was a bit annoying, you know, trying to cover the bruises, but really, it wasn't a big deal. The biggest deal was me being terrified going under general anesthetic, but I'm always like this. And do you know what? When the anesthetist come and sees you before the operation, you know, they come and they try to make you feel comfortable and not to worry. And I said to him, please just make sure I wake up. And he just smiled. He said, I haven't lost one yet, touch wood. And I thought, oh my God, I know he was joking, but that's not what I wanted to hear just before my operation. So, yeah, that was the biggest worry for me, you know, especially that it wasn't life-saving operation. It was something I chose to do. And if something went wrong, I would only have myself to blame. So, yes, all in all, it was worth it. I'm happy, apart from, you know, this a little uneven bit. But I think if I stop talking about it now and obsessing about it, it will be fine. Like I said, I will try Botox and see if that works, if it makes it a bit more even. If it doesn't, I see if I'm still bothered enough to have it redone. Okay, my lovelies, I hope I explained everything. If you have any more questions, leave it down below. But yeah, all in all, I'm happy. Like I said, I'm 97% happy. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and stay fabulous. Bye.